Hello and welcome to our blog on pelvic floors today. My name is Vanessa Bourne. I am a yoga teacher. I started doing yoga 23 years ago after being diagnosed with postnatal depression after having my second son. So I'm here today to give you 5 great exercises to improve the condition and performance of your pelvic floor and to give you a greater understanding of this area of your body. So what is our pelvic floor? Our pelvic floor is a cone-shaped hammock of muscles, 16 muscles that sits within the pelvis and forms the greater part of our core muscles, front and back of our body. It works in tandem, in a gentle dance with our diaphragm. So the diaphragm sits underneath the lungs here, in the centre of the body, and one muscle affects the other. Studies show that over 50% of women will experience urinary incontinence at some time in their life, regardless of whether they have had children. All right, let's come down to the floor. I suggest that you have a cushion with you, maybe a couple of cushions or a pillow, which can help. So from lying on the floor, support the backs of your legs. First of all, we're going to locate and feel the pelvic floor with a gentle breathing exercise. We're going to breathe as if we have a balloon in our tummy. So if you want to place the hands on your tummy to help you feel a little bit more easily, you're going to have your head facing straight up, the arms relax with the hands just on the tummy, elbows supported on the floor. You're going to take a deeper breath in through the nose. Imagine the breath travelling down and simply filling your tummy up with air. So inhaling, tummy filling with air, just a brief pause, and when you're ready, exhale, tummy down. We'll do that again. Inhale through the nose, fill the balloon up in the tummy. Little pause, just pause, don't hold the breath. Just gently exhale, tummy sinking down. Inhale, fill the balloon. Exhale. Long, slow exhale, creating more calm in your mind. So we're trying to calm the body so that you can feel and locate the pelvic floor. Now we're going to breathe with the pelvic floor. If you want to practice the breathing a little bit more, then just pause the video and join back in. So to feel the pelvic floor, we're going to inhale. And we're going to feel the pelvic floor spreading and expanding through this area. Imagine that there are 4 attachment points. There are more, but imagine there are 4. One from the pubic bone, one to the tailbone, and one to each sitting bone under here. Okay, so you've got a hammock fixed at those 4 points in your imagination. And as you inhale, you're going to feel this expansion in that area. Softening, expansion, downward expansion. So let's try that with the breathing and feeling the pelvic floor. So inhaling. Allow the area to soften and expand. And then as you exhale, after that little pause, you're going to draw the pelvic floor up. So you're going to, and as you do that, the hips should gently, the pelvis should gently tip, and your tailbone should come up. The low back, the dip in the low back should go flatter to the floor. You can feel that by putting your own hand underneath if you would like to. In that natural arch in your low back, you're going to inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze up, and you should feel that low back pressing in onto your hand. And we'll do one more of those. Inhale, soften, expand in the pelvic floor area. Exhale, squeeze up inside. Pelvis tips, low back sinks more into the floor, and you are feeling your pelvic floor. We'll move on to the second exercise. So I'm just going to remove the support from underneath the backs of the legs. My feet are going to come flat to the floor, hip width apart, knees same distance apart. So we are going to take all pressure off the pelvic floor by coming into a pelvic tilt and just following that up a little bit into a small bridge posture. So not the highest you've ever been, just a gentle tip upwards to release the pressure through the pelvic floor so that you can really learn to feel that squeeze up. So inhale, releasing and relaxing in that area. Exhale, squeeze up, tilt the pelvic floor with the muscles and gently lift up. Inhale, soften, expand and lower back down. Exhale, draw up, squeeze up, lift up slightly. Inhale, soften and come down. So continue to do that for a few rounds, maybe 8 or 10 if you can manage that, maybe 5 or 6 if the pelvic floor is very weak. So coming from the tilting of the hips and the bridge pose. We're going to use the same techniques, but we're going to explore and strengthen different parts of the pelvic floor now. So we need to get a different angle on this. So I am going to show you some of the pelvic floor exercises in a supine twisting position. I suggest you have pillows, your pillow, your blocks, or bolster if you have it. Rolled up blanket will do. We're going to start by bringing the knees up over you. So the support here is in case you find it too strong through the back of your body to bring your knees to the floor. You're going to find a comfortable place for your support there. You're going to lift and flatten a little bit more of your upper back to the floor. Your arms are just going to come out to the sides here, palms facing up. So in this position, we're going to inhale, soften through your pelvic floor, expand downwards. And as you exhale, squeeze and draw up. You may feel that up into this top waist here. You can feel different muscles working this time. Inhale and soften. Exhale, squeeze and draw up. You should feel that in the top waist again. And then inhale and soften out. You're then going to repeat that to the other side. So roll the knees over, move your support if you need to. Get a little more of the upper back to the floor, arms out, and repeat the exercise. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze up. Feel that radiating up into the waist, that top waist there. So coming back over when you've done several repetitions on each side, and do several sets, building up as you get the strength. So having brought yourself up to a seated position, we're in what is known as a butterfly position, Baddha Konasana in Sanskrit in yoga terms, but a butterfly position for today. So the soles of your feet are together. If you can't pull them too tight, further away is absolutely fine. If you feel you can't sit like this at all, you can either sit up on a block, right on the edge of the block, tipping your pelvis forward a little bit, or you can sit on a bolster to take you higher if that helps you. Indeed, you can do this sitting on a chair. So you would be sitting on a chair with your legs in this position. and you can just roll the knees out and squeeze them in together. Okay, so we're going to do this one sitting down today on the floor. You're going to sit with a nice straight back. If you want to, you can support yourself behind. That can be helpful. And we're going to inhale, allow the pelvic floor just to relax and spread as we discussed just now. And then as you exhale, you're going to squeeze up the pelvic floor and lift the knees. And then inhale, relax and spread through the pelvic floor. Exhale, squeeze up. And inhale, soften down. And one more. Exhale, squeeze up. Little hold and release. So I suggest that you do again 8 or 10 of those. You can work with the posture by squeezing and holding just a little bit longer each time. Make sure you're accentuating the softening and spreading of the pelvic floor on your inhale. So eventually you can work to just standing and inhale, soften, exhale, squeeze up, increasing the hold, increasing the amount of repetitions you do gradually as your pelvic floor increases. Please don't forget to soften on the inhale each time. It might take a little bit of time to get used to that way of breathing, because so often we think of breathing in and drawing up. So it's the other way around. Just go back and watch this video if you have time and just repeat them as you wish.